lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lizzie and I post a lot of beauty related content here on YouTube. If they're the kind of videos you love to watch, then please hit that subscribe button down below. I do have my little doggy sitting on my lap in a really awkward way. For some reason she just doesn't want to get off my lap today. I've tried to maneuver her, so I'm hoping she doesn't irritate you guys, or me to be fair. Today we are going to be testing Revolution's collab with DC, but we're going to really focus on Harley's collection, Harley Quinn. This is her palette, which I did show you in my unboxing yesterday. I do have a sponge wet as well to use, which I will show you when I'm using it, like it compared to the one that's not wet. This is what the palette looks like, and this is the inside. The names are on this little piece of plastic, which is really annoying, and it says Little Crazy on the top, because we all know she is. This palette did retail for £8, so it has 4 mattes and 5 shimmers. I do feel like I wanted to go for blue on one eye and pink on the other, just because, you know, kind of like how Harley Quinn is. However, there's one blue, so maybe I could still do it. I could still maybe do like a blue matte in the crease and a blue shade on the lid, and then a pink in the crease and a pink on the lid. Maybe keep it really simple. Let's swatch this bad boy for you. This is the palette swatch, and it has swatched beautifully. I really like the colours. I'm sad that there's only 4 mattes in the middle there, but we'll work with it. We'll work with it. And they're really nice. I love that top shade there. Really do. I think that shade has got to go all over on the blue side. And then for the pink side, there's not like a proper pink, it's more purples. I'm thinking of this shade underneath, which wasn't as good to swatch as the top one was, but they've all swatched really beautifully. So we're going to get into this eye look. You're zoomed in. Let's get this palette on my eyes. First, I want to take the blue shade called Chaos and put it in my crease. A bit dusty. A lot dusty. Did I mention there's Harley Quinn skulls all in the palette pans of the matte shades? Let's take this hot pink shade on my left eye crease. Okay, this one is much more pigmented than the blue, and is blending out nicely. Just going to take an even fluffier brush and go back in with the blue. By the way, the pink that I used is called Pudding. And we're just going to, yeah, that's better. I think it's the brush I was using. Make sure you're using like quite a fluffy brush for this blue shade. I actually like it like this. Now for the blue side, I'm just going to take this blue all over my lid. Oh, my dog's just farted. Whoa. It's a really glittery shade. Just gonna spray it. Ah, that's better. I'm gonna clean that up in a second, and for the lid shade on this side, we're gonna go in with the second shade like I mentioned, which is called Mister. The blue's called Crazy. Oh, you know what? A flat brush works really well for this. Each side I'm going to go in with the crease shade and just blend out the edges. Palette's working really well. The only issue I'm having is the shimmer shades are very crumbly, but if you wet your brush it works so much better. I am just going to go off camera and kind of like sort out the eyes a little bit more because this one's really uneven, and probably put another layer down of eyeshadow, and then I will come back so that we can use her sponges. I'm ready to test out the sponge. Now I don't know if you can see, but there's a little like Harley Quinn type skull right there. It's pink. There's also a blue one, which now it's like double the size now that I've wet it. Sorted out the eyes so they match and all of that, so I just want to put some foundation on. This isn't as like soft as the Friends ones, but it is really soft, just not as soft. Working really well already. It's a bit like harder. It's not leaving streaks or anything. I just haven't blended this part out yet. I've put the foundation on and it's let me down. It's not as good as the Friends sponges. I would suggest if you're gonna get them, just get them for what they look like. It's really hard to get in the crease of my nose. It did blend it out nicely, but in the end it's like I'm smacking my face. It's a bit more tougher than the Friends one, so I would suggest if you're gonna choose between these sponges and the Friends sponges, get the Friends one. The next thing I'm just going to do is the rest of my base, and then I will come back for, I believe, the rest of my eyes. I thought there was something else I bought from Harley Quinn's range. A gloss. So we'll do the rest of my eyes and then the gloss. Most of my makeup is done. Now it's time to do under the eyes, but let's put a bit of gloss on. Harley Quinn's gloss looks exactly like her packaging, the lid, and then she has on this side like that skull picture. There we go, that's better, you can see it there. It's a nice like peachy pink, so I thought I would put like a nice dark liner on. This is a fave of mine, Colourpop BFF4. I don't think I'm ever going to stop wearing Colourpop liners. I feel like if you only need like one set of liners in your life, get Colourpop. These glosses are so thick. I feel like they're like a moussey texture, so they're not too glossy and they're not too like mattifying. What I'm gonna do is just take some of the excess off, because I can feel a lot of excess there. I'm sorry, but I don't think this is a gloss. I think this is a velvet kind of lipstick. It's not glossy. Like, it says on there a lip gloss. I'm checking the website. It says lip gloss. Mine's dried down. I'm so confused. I do like the colour though. Let's go in with the palette again, and I just want to go back in with the pink shade and the blue shade under my lash line on each side, but on the inner corner I think we got to go in with this like icy shade, which is called Wild Side. That shade is nice. I'm just going to do under my lash line off camera, and then I'm going to take my Bratz liners, that blue at the end and that dusky pink there, and put them one on each side, and I'll come back with the final look. Well, this is the finished look. I've whacked on some Primark lashes. To be honest, I think I've whacked on 2 different Primark lashes at this point, but oh my god, it's so different, but it's so nice. You got the pink, you got the blue. Let's talk about this little bad boy here. So again, this retails for £8. I reckon it's not the best pigmented palette for the shimmers. I got itchy back. So the shimmers were very crumbly. You had to wet your brush to work with them, but the packaging on this is so cute. Like, I absolutely love the packaging. I had to go for the stereotypical Harley Quinn look. Like, I've never done it and I've always wanted to do it, so this was my chance to do it. The color story is really nice. I just wish there was like maybe like a lighter blue to blend out this blue. There is a lighter pink over here to blend out that pink, but I thought if I can't blend out the blue, I won't be able to blend out the pink, so I had to keep one or the other. But it is a nice palette. The packaging is gorgeous. I love that there's a mirror. £8, you can't go wrong for a DC bad boy, can you? Cannot go wrong with it. And then the gloss, not a gloss, that dried down. I'm confused if it's just a formula, but it's not a gloss. I love how Harley Quinn is like got a skull kind of picture for herself. I love the little labels on the top of her lid. These glosses, I absolutely love these like glosses that come in these kind of tubes. Feels more weighted than their matte kind of formula. So £6, can't go wrong. I don't think I've mentioned that this sponge is quite slanted here, so I don't know if you can see it. So there's like a slanted edge and then the rest of it's round, whereas this one's fully round. I do not recommend buying these if you're going to buy a Revolution sponge. I say go for the Friends. The Friends one works so much better. They're not as hard, not as dense. The Friends ones are much softer. These are soft, but I feel like I couldn't really get right into my nostril. And some of like the nooks and crannies, it just didn't work that well. I ended up taking my little heart sponge from Relove and just really patting in the rest of the corners that I couldn't get to. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this little tutorial. Please smash it a huge thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.